What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Harambe's Bauble podcast, a Magic the Gathering podcast. This is episode number 7, believe it or not. Lucky number 7. I'm DC. I'm here with my good buddy Will, ready to talk some Magic. What's up, man? How are you?
Hanging in there, man. Hanging in there. I saw you got your Spider-Man bundles, your boxes.
Yeah, I still need to edit that video. It's a very long video. It's like over an hour long, so it's gonna take a long time to edit. But yeah, I got them. I ended up getting a collector's booster box, a regular booster box, and a bundle. And I'm glad I did, because in the regular play booster box, I ended up getting a soul stone. So very happy to have a copy of that.
Awesome.
It keeps
Yeah.
gaining price too. That's like the one card, even the base version keeps going up in price. Yeah, just some highlights from that. I don't want to go over all of it because obviously I'm trying to edit the video and send it out, but I did get a Gwen. I got the one with her drumming, which is the one I wanted. It wasn't foil, but I'll still take it. An Infinity Stone, like I said. The foil Miles Morales, the one with the comic book art on the backside, the cover art. So that was really cool. I got a Spider Punk again, but this time it was like the one with like the other spiders on it, the alternate full art. So that was cool too. And I got my Cosmic Spider-Man, and I didn't get Gwenom. I had to order Gwenom, so that kind of sucked. All that product and not a single Gwenom. But yeah, I got some good
Are
stuff.
you thinking, are you going to do Gwenom inside the Cosmic Spider-Man, or are you going to do Gwenom as a separate thing, you thinking?
So I have 2 copies now. I went ahead and ordered 2 copies.
Nice.
I got the borderless
Okay.
for my own, for just Gwenom the deck. So mono black. I've got a rough version of that built. I may test it out Friday. It depends on how many games we play. It's not good, but it could be fun for sure. Just being able to cast stuff from the top of my library till I kill myself. But yes, I do have a copy in Cosmic Spider-Man now too. I've been playing
Nice.
with Gwen and Cosmic Spider-Man the last 2 weeks, and I definitely had to make some changes to both. I think unless I spend like massive money and get like a bunch of game changers for both, I think I've got them about as good as I can get them for like the price point I'm trying to go. So they're pretty refined right now.
Nice. All right. Either one of those kind of like a little more fun than the other? Are you enjoying one of them more than the other so far?
So I'm having more fun with Gwen, even though I haven't won with her yet. Now, granted, I was missing like 10 cards the last time I played, so it probably just wasn't ready to perform. But I just like being able to exile a bunch of stuff and trigger stuff from exile. It's just different. It's just such a different play style from what I'm used to. So I'm having a lot of fun with that. Cosmic Spider-Man definitely can hit the ground running pretty hard. It can get out there pretty quick, and like if you don't take care of the board state, it just gets out of hand, which is what happened last week when it finally got its win. I had like 10 spiders on the board that were all buffed like crazy and drawing 3 cards a turn with Spider-Man UK and Aunt May and Mary Jane Watson. I'm sorry, it's not Aunt May, but Mary Jane Watson. So yeah, a lot of card draw, a lot of buffs. Yeah, it's a pretty good deck. For a bracket 1, it's a good tribal bracket 1 deck for sure.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see it Friday.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'll probably start with Gwen just because that's the deck I like the most, but yeah.
Yeah.
I know you've been
That's
working
fair. I
on
think I've got.
Vivi a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. It's been fun. When I first started to make it, I was really just trying to kind of follow suit with like what other people were doing with Izzet and with Vivi, and just finally said, yeah, and took out all the counter spells. We went a whole different direction. Getting heavy in the vehicle and spacecrafts game, which has been kind of cool. It's just different. I don't know. I wouldn't say it's my strongest deck, but it's fun. And that was kind of ultimately what I wanted to make sure that I wasn't just like doing some Storm Bolt I wasn't going to be happy doing like while I'm
Yeah.
in the moment doing it. I'm just like doing my own kind of thing. So I've got, maybe a handful of cards I want to get for that. And then it'll be on to Norman Osborn. So that'll be
Mm.
a fun thing. My first time really doing a lot of graveyard interactions. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, like I said, Gwenum definitely needs work. That's like the last of the three I'm trying to work on the most. I've like I said, I've got these two I think pretty well refined. Gwenum is definitely on the back burner, but I think I'm gonna start working on her next. I've not forgotten about our boy Mr. Lobster. I do eventually
Yeah.
want to do that, but he's definitely not as important. Um, I don't think I'm going to build anything from Avatar. I'll definitely probably get some of those cards just to throw in decks, just because there's some pretty fun looking cards from that. Um, the next deck though that I think I want to build after all this is a Turtles deck because just announced is
Dun, dun, dun,
we all saw it coming. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle set coming out next year, and in the spring, I believe, or February, something like that. Some spoilers already for that. We won't go over all of them here. The only one I really wanted to touch on was the one that's going to be the lead of the Commander deck, because they are going to have Commander decks for this, and that's Heroes in a Half Shell. This card, man, talk about a great tribal card. So
Yeah.
it's 5 colors, which pretty cool. Yet again, it's like Cosmic Spider-Man. Legendary creature, Mutant Ninja Turtle. Vigilance, Menace, Trample, Haste. Whenever one or more mutants, ninjas, and or turtles you control deal combat damage to a player, put a 1/1 counter on each of those creatures and draw a card. Love that. Draw a card, add counters. Um, I love that you can do ninjas as well, because there's a lot of cool ninjas from Kamigawa sets. So, that's something with Cosmic Spider-Man is there's just not that many really great spiders. So outside of the Spider-Man set, so it was really kind of a struggle getting like really powerful spiders in there. This is not gonna there's not gonna be a problem getting good ninjas and stuff in here. So this card,
Dude, I
don't.
love this. I love that they're just finally adding these like really crazy, alluring tribal commanders.
Yeah.
Like getting Cosmic Spider-Man, getting this turtle guy. Oh, what's next?
I've
Jellyfish? You're gonna get a 5-color jellyfish?
I've seen complaints about like, oh, well, they're just ham fisting these 5 color tribal cards like every set now. And it's like, yeah, but we didn't have really good tribal options before anyway, especially not in 5 colors. So
Right.
I don't see a problem with this. I think it's just making the game more fun, to be honest. And when I say the game, I'm talking
For sure.
specifically Commander.
Yeah. Let people live, man. If you
Yeah.
want to have a 5-color turtle deck, do your thing.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna build it for sure. I kind of want to build a Mikey deck
Yeah.
too, though, because I do want to mention this card too, because I'm a huge Michelangelo fan. Again, they just keep Wizards. They just keep coming after properties I love. We'll get to more of that in a minute too, because the full slate for 2026 was announced, so we're gonna go over all that. But Michelangelo on the scene. So this is 6 mana, which kind of not fun for a commander cost, but it's real good. It's a legendary creature, mutant ninja turtle. It's a 2/2, which seems bad for 6 mana, right? Well, here we go. It's got trample. Michelangelo enters with a 1/1 counter on him for each land you control. Can you say hello, Tifa? Whenever
Ooh,
Michelangelo dies, return this card to your hand.
that's cool.
That's really cool. So
Wow.
mono green,
Yeah.
like just ramp, 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 ramp. Who cares? 6 mana, nothing. Don't care about 6 mana.
Yeah, dude, that is amazing. And the artwork too of him just riding on that. Is
On
that
a
just like a razor
scooter.
scooter?
Yeah, it's like a, it's like a motorized like rocket scooter. It's amazing. The
That's
flavor
so
in
cool.
this set. So something that
Yeah.
was just announced today was that this is going to be a smaller set like Spider-Man, but unlike Spider-Man, this was planned for a while and they already had a full slate and they're not just going to have like stuff tacked on like they did with Spider-Man. So they've got such good flavor to this. The lands are freaking slices of pizza. I mean, come on. What's not to love about
Brilliant.
that?
Right. And then there was the one that we saw. for your Food and Friends and Chatterfang. Which one was that?
Oh, Super Shredder.
Super Shredder.
Yeah.
Crazy. This is going to go nuts in any aristocrat deck. Super Shredder, 1 and a black, 1/1 legendary creature with menace. Whenever another permanent leaves the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on Super Shredder. That's crazy.
Yep.
Not even dying, just when it leaves the battlefield. Like, that's so
So
cool.
blink effects. I mean, anything, right? So.
Anything, lands, like
Mm-hmm.
tokens, treasure tokens, anything.
Yeah, that's going to be real, real good. And then one more card I want to touch on from the spoilers because this is just insane. This is one of the more insane. Like, talk about power creep. Now, that's a big problem I have, but that's for another podcast. We'll talk about that. That might be the main topic for next podcast. The power creep in Magic is just, it's insane. And this Turtles Forever card. So keep in mind, this is going to be in standard as well. Turtles Forever. It is 3 anything and a planes. It's an instant to boot. Not even sorcery. It's instant speed. Search your library and or outside the game for exactly 4 legendary creature cards you own with different names, then reveal those cards. An opponent chooses 2 of them. Put the chosen cards into your hand and shuffle the rest into your library. What? This is an insane tutor. It's not even mythic. It is a rare card. This is a must-have
Wow.
for any deck that runs white in Commander or Standard.
Yeah.
You got, I mean, it's just a sideboard. Like, you get to just pull creatures from your sideboard, just put them in your hand and deck. Okay, cool, rad, hell yeah.
Right. And there's been like the similar cards, I feel like maybe in blue. I can't think of the exact card off the top of my head, but
Like
where it's
Gifts
like
Ungiven.
you put 2
Yeah,
piles and one of them goes in the graveyard, one goes in the hand. But this one, it's like the other one just gets shuffled into your library. Like, that's insane.
and if you're in a 5 color, just go tutor for those. Like, who cares?
Right. Yeah.
This is
Dang, little.
like Demonic Tutor is definitely the best tutor ever printed. This might be second best, just because it pulls from outside the game too. That's just,
Yeah.
this is gonna shake up everything. I could see this getting banned or put immediately into game changers because I mean tutors always are in game changers, and this is one of the best ones I've ever seen printed. So yeah, I don't want to talk all about turtles. I just had to mention those couple that definitely needed to be mentioned. Since we're talking about Universes Beyond, another Universes Beyond set. I mean, we've got the full slate was announced at, what was it? Was it Magic? I don't even know when it was announced. Was it Magic Con? I
It
think
was
they announced.
Atlanta.
Yeah, they announced the full slate. So we knew about Lorwyn coming out in January. We talked about that a little bit on the last pod. We won't go into much detail on that other than just the art. Again, it needs to be said, the art is just some of the best I've ever seen.
Amazing.
So good. Like, I'll probably buy a lot of that set just because I love the art. Like, real talk. I don't even care if it's
Yeah.
bad. I just want the art. So Turtles, we just found out about Turtles in New York Comic Con. The way they announced it, by the way, was pretty cool. Did you see how they announced it?
Oh wait, was that the truck that was driving
Bus.
around,
It was a bus.
or the bus?
It was a bus with Ninja Turtles X Magic the Gathering painted all over it. Like, that was clever. That was really cool.
How do you get that job?
Yeah.
Just, hey, go take this bus, drive it around.
Yeah, that'd be sick. So that comes out in February. So January, February, and then that's the end of February. And then in April, we have Secrets of Strixhaven, which I know we've talked a little bit about before. Like, we're both pretty excited for this, to revisit Strixhaven and the possibilities of some really cool stuff in that set.
For sure, especially if they revisit the whole like mystical archives
Yeah.
alternate artwork. Oh,
Mystical Archives. Also, I mentioned before, but it bears repeating. I want to see more of the lessons stuff and maybe do
yeah.
more and honestly treat that a little better, because I feel like the treatment it got was kind of minimal and felt like a really cool mechanic that they could expand upon.
Yeah, it was a good thought. It just like wasn't efficient enough, I felt like, to like really like motivate people to use it.
Yeah, you needed better cards for it, honestly. That's really what it was. And then another set I'm going to drop all my money on, unfortunately, is Marvel Superheroes. coming out June 2026. We knew this was coming, but a thing to note, like we have so many heroes that are already announced for the set just from the art alone. We have Fantastic Four, we have Thor, we have Black Panther, She-Hulk, Iron Man, Miss Marvel, Wolverine. So like we're gonna get X-Men in it as well. War Machine, Scarlet Witch. Like it looks like they're gonna just have all the characters in this, which is kind of surprising, honestly. I thought they'd spread it out a little bit. Like, is this where the rest of the Infinity Stones are coming? Because if so, that kind of sucks, honestly.
Yeah, like disproportionate if it was just like one in Spider-Man and then, oh, here's the rest.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought for sure we were going to get our own X-Men set, but maybe we still will. I don't know, but I mean, Wolverine's in it for sure, so we know X-Men are in it.
Okay, so maybe a Doctor Strange deck might be in my future. That'd be cool.
Oh man, don't get me started. I love Doctor Strange, brother. I love Doctor Strange. Some of the best comics ever. If you want to know how,
We're gonna have to start.
off topic, if you want to know how weird comics can and probably should be, go read a Doctor Strange comic from like the mid 90s. Like, you want to get weird? It's going to get weird. Oh, I love it though. Yeah, I obviously super excited for this. Um Marvel's my jam. Squirrel Girl also confirmed. Doctor Doom also confirmed. Like, man, just so many characters. So many characters. And then another one. Again, they're just coming from my wallet. And yours as well on this one, I know.
Yeah.
We talked about this. We knew it was coming. The Hobbit in August.
So exciting.
Mm-hmm.
So exciting.
This feels like it could be
the fact it's going to be standard.
Yeah.
And I'm just imagining all the potential secret layer drops.
Yep.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to be very poor in the middle of next year for sure.
I need to start saving money now.
Right.
Yeah, this feels like a set that could be small, like Turtles and Spider-Man for sure. Just because I mean, like The Hobbit is a very, very small book in comparison to all of Lord of the Rings. Yeah, obviously you could have Smaug and Mortar Smeagol and stuff like that, but I don't know. The dwarves, obviously, you could have stuff like that, but feels like
Yeah.
very, very like potential to be a small set.
Which makes me wonder if if a lot of the Universes Beyond sets are gonna be small, just simply for the fact that they're pumping out so much volume that they just can't afford to take the time to make these like big expansive sets.
The Marvel one can't be small, just literally based on the art. They're not gonna preview all these characters on the art and not include them as cards. So that one, I feel like they might have like one really big, maybe one or two Universes Beyond sets be really big, and the rest be kind of small sets. And I'd be okay with that. I think that would be a good idea.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense because Final Fantasy was like middle of this year, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it was a really big set.
And that was a big set. So yeah, maybe that'll be a thing where middle of the year, that'll be like their big Universes Beyond set, and then it'll be kind of smaller ones at the beginning and end.
Yeah, because I think Avatar's pretty big too. So, but we'll get there lining up with that. Reality Fracture, that's another. So we have all these Universes Beyond sets and then 3 in universe sets. One being Reality Fracture in October. We don't know anything about it yet. They teased it by saying there's going to be a villain you'll have to see to believe. So that's ominous, to say the least.
Okay.
And then another one, the last Universes Beyond set and the last set of the year for next year. And again, this lines up with probably this is going to be another big set. Star Trek. I'm not a Trekkie. I'm a Star Wars guy. this is a set I probably will leave alone for the most part, outside of maybe like a few one-offs that I'm gonna want to order for my decks. Like I could see a lot of stuff being exile heavy stuff, kind of like they did with Doctor Who. So this probably is gonna help supplement Gwen for me. Yeah. So
Hopefully some spacecrafts. That'd be kind of cool.
yeah, I'm sure they'll do stuff
See
like
more
that.
spacecrafts.
Yeah, they're gonna have to. I feel like that's a mechanic they introduced that felt so big. They can't just like have one set of it and then nothing, especially because it's gonna be in standard
Yeah.
for a while. They gotta play into that a little more.
And there really weren't a lot of spacecrafts in Edge of Eternities, so it'd be good to get more volume on that. And since I've started to play with a couple of them in BB, it's actually really fun. Like if you can get your board state to the point where you're not depending on certain creatures for combat, and you can afford to do the stationing. I don't know. It's kind of clever. I mean, you can choose to keep it as an artifact if you want to just have it be slightly more difficult to remove, but still exploit some ability, or if you want to just go balls to the wall, make it a creature. I don't know. The flexibility, it's just kind of cool.
No, it's good. Like so Mike coming out of retirement last week, he came to play, which is really nice. Good to see my good friend Mike playing again. He brought in a brand new Edge of Eternity's precon that was kind of really good. It's the In Spirit deck, and we actually talked about that during preview season for Edges of Eternities. That was like one of the cards we thought was really really good. It's Jeskai colors. Like part of me honestly wants to put it in Gwyn just to experiment. Yeah, he was wrecking face with it until our newcomer Dylan, he was piloting my dragons deck, my Eshki deck, and he came from the top rope on Mike's face with all of his flyers. So his first game he played, he won with Eshki. Eshki was popping off though. Everybody let her get too big, and you know how that can go if you just let her.
Yeah.
So I think they
Oh,
were
that's cool though that he was able to get the W on that first win. That's how they get you hooked.
for sure. No, he should be back. He had a lot of fun. He had a lot of questions, but I'm glad he had a lot of questions. I mean, that means he was engaged, and that sheet you're working on. Maybe we'll talk about that a little bit later in another pod. But I think you should bring that to the next Magic Night if he comes. That would help him out a lot. So
I'm down.
yeah.
Heck yeah.
So I mean, the big complaint is there's too many universes beyond sets and not enough in-universe sets from all of the Magic players. What's your take on all this next slate, the slate for next year?
I don't know. I was thinking about it a little more this morning. I think I've kind of made peace with the universes beyond aspect in the sense of like they're gonna do it regardless of what I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna enjoy the sets that come out that appeal to me, and the ones that I'm not crazy about, like Star Trek or um, whatever. I'm just gonna probably look for some singles that might be good to fit in here or there. The thing that I was thinking about this morning though is like I feel like creating an environment where you can't afford to take any time off because the power creep, like you were saying earlier, is real. And, if you've got a deck that's really refined right now and you just say, you know what, I'm just going to take a year off, by the time you get back into it in 2027, like you're likely going to be like, oh, shit, I'm getting outpaced in this deck that was really refined
Yeah.
just because everything is getting more mana efficient. You're not spending as much mana to get more and more crazy abilities, which on one hand is really cool because they're just cool designs. Some of the cards, at least that we've seen recently, and I'm sure that we'll see this next year, are going to be really cool. But it also is just like that, oh, like I have to pay to play
Yeah.
kind of thing, and that's always the feeling that I kind of get torn about.
Yeah. To your point, on the one hand, it sucks that you got to keep up. Like, there's so much going on, coming out, and but on the other hand, it helps keep me engaged, and it helps keep a lot of people engaged in the community, like to talk about cards and stuff like that. I remember days whenever there were so many boring sets coming out that like for years you could just not care about Magic, and like you wouldn't even bat an eye, and like none of the cards hardly were used. Um, part of that's cool because there's not a huge power creep. But part of it is cool that like like I said, it keeps everyone engaged. Like you got to pay attention, or else you'll fall behind. And in this hustle and bustle world that we're in, like it's probably good marketing strategy for them to do that. And actually, there was a report that came out. I forget who was covering it, but it was a YouTube channel I was watching, and they got the financial report from Hasbro. Wizards of the Coast with their D&D property and Magic property, without them, Hasbro wouldn't exist. They were in the red for all their other properties last year. They made so much money from Magic the Gathering, and money talks. Like they're selling like big time. And it wasn't just Final Fantasy either. Yeah, that made a big portion of it, but it was other sets that were Universes Beyond or otherwise. Like that pays for Hasbro. So money talks, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. I mean, it makes sense why that would be the cash cow for them. But
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think overall it's going to be a good thing. I think it's going to have just we were talking, a few episodes ago about increasing engagement, whether that's, male or female audience.
Mm-hmm.
And I think stuff like this is just going to be what it takes to really get, because not everybody, I mean, you and I both really love fantasy. So we would enjoy playing Magic, even if it was just strictly like your classic fantasy.
Yeah.
But other people aren't like that. And so if it takes a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle set to come out for someone to be like, you know what, yeah, I'll try this out, then yeah, let's do it. Let's more the merrier.
Yeah, I always want to get more players into Magic because I think it's just an incredible game, and art direction. I mean, because really, that's what it boils down to. A lot of these players, it's the art direction, right? It's taking people out of the immersion. I don't think there are too many players that play Magic for the immersion. There are definitely are those sectors, and I'm not taking anything away from them. That all power to them, because I've been there before. I in certain sets I got immersed in the in universe lore, but at the end of the day, like what drives people to play this game is the fact that it's just a very good game. Like it's just a great game.
Right.
And and art direction aside, people are still going to play it, me included, because there's nothing else like it. There's just not. I've tried other card games and it just doesn't do it for me.
I'm with you. Yeah. And so, I mean, I don't know, maybe it'll just take, it feels like the pendulum is kind of swinging into this really focusing on universes beyond, and maybe there'll eventually be a day where it swings back the other way and they focus more on the, within universe stuff. And, but I mean, everyone's not going to be happy all the time. So
Eventually
I
they'll
think
run
it's
out of
probably,
IPs too. You got to keep that in mind. Like they can't just keep turning out I like licensed stuff forever. Even if they
yeah,
do have the rights to a lot of them, like there's just only so much they could do. And
right.
I think probably they're going all in this next year for sure. Again, money will talk. If people buy all these sets, they're going to keep doing it. If people don't, then they're going to cut back on the Universes Beyond. Really, I think what they should do, we need a happy medium here. I'm fine with Universes Beyond. Like you said, I made my peace with it. Like it is what it is. I'm excited about a lot of these properties they're adding to the game just because I love the properties. And what we need to have is, I think, you do like 2 sets that are Universes Beyond, 2 sets in universe a year. No more than 4 sets a year. More than 4 is just way too many, honest to God. It just is. You can't even build the hype around it. You're already previewing stuff 3 sets out before a set even comes out
Yeah.
that is the current set. And it's just too much. And I think eventually it will bite them in the butt because people, I mean, especially in this economy, people just can't keep up financially with all this. And yeah, they may get new players, but some of their veteran players, a lot of their veteran players, they're not going to be able to keep rolling in all this. So
Yeah.
that's
No,
my
I
biggest
agree.
worry.
Yeah. That it's going to come to like a grinding halt eventually.
Yeah, I think it'll crash eventually. maybe not this year, this coming year in 2026, just because like those are big properties and people outside of the
Yeah.
game are gonna pick them up because they like those properties. But I could see like 2027 the fatigue being crazy real because I've got some fatigue for sure with all the secret lair stuff. Like I was considering getting the Jaws stuff, and then they did all these other secret lair stuff, and I'm just like I'm done. I'm not buying any more secret lair like for a long time. So I'll pick up the $15 single of the Swords of Plowshare Dwight Schrute that I really want and just forget about it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a must. That's
Yeah,
a must have.
yeah,
But no, I'm with you. I think for a year, that'd be a good number. Because like I'm still finding new Edge of Eternities cards. Like
yeah.
I haven't bought a single Spider-Man play booster yet. I haven't even seen them. So it's like, I don't know. I'm still trying to wrap my head around 2, 3 sets ago, while simultaneously trying to swallow, just the pages upon pages of information of what's to come. So
It does kill me though. Like talking about there's been some major backlash from players for sure, and like one of the major players called it. I guess he wasn't even talking about Universes Beyond in his post, but everyone took it like he was talking about Universes Beyond. He's a pro tour player. I can't think of his name, his or her name. I don't know. Someone. It was a pro tour player. I saw it spread all over Reddit. They said, that it's slop and there are pigs that are going to eat slop. And he was referring to Commander actually, which I okay. Just because it's not a competitive game doesn't mean that it's not a fun game that people want to play. So I actually took more offense to that than I did him calling the Universes Beyond or presumably calling the Universes Beyond stuff slop because yeah, it kind of is slop. Um, but people have been taking that and running with it, and there's just so much like loud minority, I would call it, because I really think it is a loud minority. At the end of the day, I mentioned before, like people are going to play the game because it's a great game. Like you could get mad about all this other stuff there, you're going to yell about it, but at the end of the day, if you're still playing, does it matter? What are you really mad about? So I
yeah,
don't know.
some people just, I don't know, calling it slop, especially the slight on Commander. Like, I don't know, cool, bro. Keep playing checkers. I mean, that's
Yeah,
fine.
just because it's not a competitive game type, because it's not. I mean, even CEDH is not, even though it's competitive, it's not really like hyper competitive like standard is, or modern or legacy or whatever. But does it need to be? Like, the game doesn't need to be hyper competitive. I mean, drafts at their core are
Right.
not hyper competitive. Like, if there's a crazy randomness to it, just like Commander, are you calling that slop? So yeah, I don't know. I get
It's
tired
just
of
a
all the complaining.
totally different perspective. Yeah. And I think sometimes people just, I feel like it's almost like an attention seeking behavior. Like it's becoming cool to just complain. And it's like, yeah, I mean, we get it. We're all feeling exhausted of intaking all of this content, but complaining's really not going to change anything. It's like you said, the money talks. So if you really are about it and don't want it, don't spend the money.
Yeah, and it's so funny too. It's funny you mentioned that too because I've really traditionally liked Professor Prof of Tolarian Community College, but he's been so anti Universes Beyond that he's getting this cell of players to just like scream online about it, and but in the same breath he's buying collector booster boxes of Spider-Man and opening them on stream and stuff, and it's like, okay, well, are you really mad?
Right. Or are you just trying to like stoke the fire, increase your engagement so you can
Yeah.
make more money to buy more Universes Beyond sets?
Yeah, and he tries to justify it like, well, this is the content people want to see, and I'm like, well, then stop complaining about it, like, or do something else. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just so tired, man. I'm so tired about it. I love the game Magic. I don't care. You could be SpongeBob versus My Little Pony, and the mechanics are what I love, not the art or the names
Hey.
attached to the cards. So,
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm with you.
and rant. Um, why don't we do a little deck tech in the show? Um,
Okay.
I actually thought about this one a lot because like there's so many different types of utility lands that it's like, how do I pick one? Like, yeah, you could say sack lands, you could say shock lands. So we're talking about not favorite non-basic land. And I really thought hard about mine. And it's funny because I didn't own this card until recently, but I always loved the idea of it. My best friend Morgan, shouts out. I tried to get him to play Magic back in the day. This was like 10 years ago, probably. That I tried to get him to play Magic, and he didn't really care about the game so much as he loved the art and like the lore behind it. So you talk about a guy that like really was into the immersion of Magic. That was him. He didn't even care about the game so much as the art and the immersion and the stories behind it all. And this card was the one that he like really tied himself to. He loved it. He wanted to build a deck around it and everything, but he stopped playing. But he still owned the card, and he had it like encased in a plaque with like some bigger art around it. And that card is Dark Depths.
Nice.
He really loved the Merit Lage thing, the lady Merit Lage. I've heard it pronounced different ways. I've heard it pronounced Merit Lage. I'm pretty sure like English states this should be pronounced Merit Lage. Am I wrong about that? Lage should be Lage. But regardless,
Yeah, Merit Lage.
so
You've got this in what do you have this in?
Titus, I
Put this in
traded
on
I
Titus.
traded for it. You had it, and I traded for it. I've always loved this card. Never just had a deck to put it in, I guess. And Titus felt like a great deck to put it in. So, in case you don't know what Dark Depths is and what Merit Lage is, let me explain. And there is so much lore behind Merit Lage. You should go and read about it on the Wikipedia. It's like the nerd Wikipedia. I forget what they call it, but Fandompedia, something like that. Worth the read. A lot of good stuff there. So, Dark Depths. This was first printed in Cold Snap, I believe. Let me double check that. Yes, Cold Snap was the first time it was ever printed. This was like, I guess this felt like an Eldrazi before Eldrazi was a thing. And I love the Eldrazi stuff. Dark Depths, legendary snowland. The unique thing about this land is it does not tap for mana. Doesn't produce any mana. Dark Depths enters the battlefield with 10 ice counters on it. You can pay 3, remove an ice counter from Dark Depths. When Dark Depths has no ice counters on it, sacrifice it. If you do, create Merit Lage, a legendary 2020 black avatar creature token with flying and indestructible. I hope one day, one time I'm going to play Titus until I can activate this. I'll play it constantly until I can activate it because I want to so bad. Because this just imagine being able to get Merit Lage out on the battlefield. Like, how freaking cool would that be?
Yeah.
What a fun card.
2020 with flying and indestructible. Just GG's right there.
Incoming Path to Exile. Farewell.
Right.
Overkill.
That's awesome though.
Yeah, so
Dang.
that's mine. This is my favorite non-basic land, and ironically enough, it doesn't even produce mana.
The artwork though is so cool.
So
Just
good.
the
Yeah.
trapped beneath ice. Oh, love it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, my favorite. This was tough too. I wasn't sure what direction to go, but this one is one that I have in Tifa. I think it's great for really any landfall deck, or even for potentially 5-color decks where you just have mana all over the place. Undiscovered Paradise. So it taps for 1 mana of any color, and then at the beginning of your next untap phase, you return Undiscovered Paradise to your hand. So just kind of a cool, guaranteed 1 landfall every turn, or if you're just, like I said, in multicolor and you just need that mana fixing, coming in untapped, tapping for 1 mana of any color can just be super useful.
No, that's great.
Pretty cool.
honestly, I did not know about that card. Yeah, I love that it doesn't enter tapped either. So, like, that'd be great for Omnith. I need to get a copy of that for Omnith.
Pretty solid. It was printed back in Visions 1996.
Woo! How much is it going for?
It's right now market price of $17.
Not
It's a little pricey,
not too bad for that old of a
but
card though. I'm sure it's not been reprinted very often.
no, I think that's the only set actually it's been printed in. They've got like a lot of the like World Championship deck reprints, which I
Mm-hmm.
guess like aren't tournament legal or whatever, but you can get one of those copies for as cheap as $1.
Okay.
Um, so not bad, but
Nice. That's fun. That's fun. I want to give a quick shout out to a land that has won me the game many times. I recently took it out because again, power creep. Creeping Tar Pit, old man land from World Wake. It's the one that's unblockable, 3/2 unblockable. I can't tell you how many times I've finished the games because people just forget about that card. It's just down there in my land
yeah,
pool, and I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna activate this unblockable. What are you gonna do about it?
especially like post board wipe, like
Yep,
when people are struggling to rebuild their board again. Yeah, I definitely have lost to that from you.
yep.
So I remember that.
And it used to be in Brea, but I recently took it out again because of power creep. Man, like it used to be, manlands were so broken. Everyone used to run manlands again for the if all your stuff gets taken out. Well, I still got this guy. I can activate this guy to block. I can activate this guy to deal some quick damage. Yeah, not
Right.
viable anymore. The only one that's really viable anymore is the Soulstone Sanctuary. The one that become it's
Is that the
all
one with flying?
no, it's the one with all creature types. So it's really good for tribal because it ETBs says it's a 3/3 vigilant, so you can still tap it for colorless. It's a good
Yeah.
card. I play it in my red deck wins deck in standard. But yeah, I love the man lands. They're not really viable anymore, unfortunately.
It's a shame, man, how some of those older cards, like that one that I sent in Discord last night, the cold storage
Mm-hmm.
artifact, um,
Too slow.
for generic,
Too slow, bro.
pay 3, exile a creature, and then you can sacrifice it to put all creature cards exiled with cold storage into play. Like if it were just 1 mana less to cast and
Yeah.
like 1 mana less to activate, it might still be viable, but it's just a shame. Some of these older cards are just getting pushed out simply for the sake of like of this power creep.
Yeah, it's got to be quicker. Got to cost less. There's so many cards I had in my first draft of Gwen that I just are fun cards that I had to take out because I would just die before I could even play them. So what's the point?
Yeah,
Just wild, man. Can't even have fun in Commander anymore. You gotta you gotta pump up your stats.
right. uh,
So yeah, those are fun though. You might want to consider Dark Depths if you have a way to move around counters like Titus. Um, just a fun little optional win condition that might come out of nowhere and win for you.
for sure.
Yeah.
Even if you're just like pumping out a bunch of mana,
Yeah, true.
pay the 3 and earn it the hard way.
Yeah. When you got unlimited mana, yeah, why not? Well, I don't think there's anything else I want to bring up, talk about. We covered a lot this show. We were off last week, unfortunately, but life happens. But
Yeah, that was my fault.
it's all good. A lot of
We're
accumulation of
back this week.
topics. Yeah, we're back, and we should be back next week too. So, um, yeah, I don't think I have anything else. How about you?
No, man. Good episode.
For sure. All right. Well, we'll see you guys next time. Rest in peace, Harambe. Bye.
Bye.